Okay, so I'm back. Now what I'm doing is I'm getting rid of all this thread that's hanging in the track here around the brim. I'm pulling that thread out because this is your invisible part. You don't want a piece of thread hanging out of your part. So we're just going to pull all that out. For as much as you can get. I mean, you can pull it out of the track all at one time, or you can wait till you start cutting the track for that individual part. Now remember which way you're laying your hair. You want your curl to go under. Then you want to lay that directly on top of that next track. Then you want to lay it down. Sorry about that. Want to lay it down directly on top of that next track. So that's that track, and I want to lay this track directly on top of it so you don't see it anymore, and pull it all the way back. And I'm so sorry if you haven't been able to see it, because I've been looking in the mirror and not looking at my computer to make sure that you've been able to see me laying these tracks down. So probably I'm just going to be blurring the way. So I apologize for that. And again, like I said, you can start cutting the tracks now at an angle. So I'm putting this track on top of this, and you see that lay right there where it's laying at? I'm just going to go through with my scissors right here and cut that track to be laying directly with my part. And some people pre-cut their slant, but I'm going to lay it on that part and make sure that it's perfect with the part. Because I honestly want this to look like it is coming out of my scalp. And you see how that lays? It's laying down perfect, and it's perfectly covering that next track. Now I've been hooking my tracks as I did the invisible part, as you can see. Now the next couple of parts, the next invisible parts, they're just going to be straight little ones, because I didn't want to just use that much hair. So when you hook it, they're just going to be straight all the way to here. There's still going to be a lot of them, but it's just going to be straight little parts, straight back, with a slant cut, right? And I'll just show you so far. You see that? I'll pull that back, you see nothing there. So that's good. It's a good pull. Pull this back. You really can't see where my hair stopped at. You see it a little bit where I stopped at, but I'm not going to be pulling this back like this. And if I do, I'll let it lay down a little bit. So again, we're laying this track down right here, directly on top of this one. Now this one I don't have to cut yet. I'm just going to lay it directly on top of it. But basically no, I'm not, because I'm not going to have any room there. I'm going to start doing it straight like I said. So right there, and that track is not going to be that long at all. I'm just going to lay it straight down. See the size of this track? It's really like nothing. Ooh. That's it. I want to make sure I got my bump going the right way. It's hanging the right way. And put my glue on it. And then I'm going to lay this little track down. Straight track right there. And just pull it down as you like. Oh no, it fell off my hair. I didn't put enough glue on it. And like I said, I'm going to put it down right there. We're just going to hold it down. Hold it down and pull. Hold it down, and stop right there. Now we have the option, go back over that with the blow dryer. And you're going to want to do that because when you comb your hair, you're going to be brushing it, and you don't want to brush and you have a gap in your part. Okay. Now, and this is a piece from earlier. Remember when I overcut? When I had that little piece, I already split it and I split the other one. So now we know it's about the same length. Put it right here on this one. It's going. However, I didn't check my bump. Now my bump's going in the right direction. And we're just going to lay that directly on top of this next one. And this is tedious. It takes a long time to do this. I'm going to go ahead and record the whole process though, because I know that a lot of people want to see that. You want to see it when people are doing this. And there you go, he's laying down right there. And just, push it down. My part could have been a little bit better right there. You see how my part start jacking up right there. There we go. And see how thin this hair is? That's why I stopped when I was going to do it, because it's just so thin. That hair is. I'm going to lay it down, make sure it goes right there. And some parts are like that when you split them, so that's why you want to be mindful of where you split your tracks at. Came back up. Add a little bit more glue. Lay it right back down. Right back down. There you go. And we're going to go back through with our blow dryer. You're going to go back through with your fingernail before that glue dries, because sometimes when you lay it down, the glue expands and you have glue in your part. You don't want glue in your part. And see that? I'm going to pull my hair. See, that's a good part so far. Okay, now we're starting to get to where we need to cut that little slant. When you lay your track perfectly on top of the next track, and you see that that track is starting to go into your part, you need to lay it down exactly where you're going to put it and cut that slant. Don't be afraid to cut that slant. And the next track, you might not have to cut the slant. It might just lay perfect, being how small it is. And that's how this one is. It laid down good. And I know I haven't used the blow dryer, so I'm going to go back with that right now. Like I said, this is time consuming. We're almost done with this side. Now, because I did this side so long, I might not show you that much of me doing the next side. I might do a little bit of it and then stop. But I know I am going to go ahead and fill in this middle part here. Like I said, this is the second side of that track I didn't pull off. But being that I know I'm not going to use that much, I'm just going to pull a little bit out. Right. Lay it down. There we go. Cut it. Now we're going to lean in real good. We see that we're going to need to cut that slant because it's hanging over into my part. So I'm going to hold it right here. I'm going to lean down. And I'm going to cut it to the slant of the part. And I did. Got a little piece of hair hanging. Pull that hair out. And this is what I mean when I say that it's slant. See that slant right there by my pinky? That's the slant. The next track, same thing, we have to cut that slant. As we go up, the slant starts to become very imperative. Very, very imperative, very important. Okay, right there. I'm dead on top of this one. Make sure there's no glue hanging out right there. Maybe track down on top of that one. I need to hurry up. In the morning time, I got bills to pay. And I've been doing my hair since 7:30. Oh no, since 8 o'clock. Yeah, I've been doing it since 8. And it's 9:30. Well, 9:40 right now. I would say 9:39, but it's 9:40. So I've been in my hair for an hour and 40 minutes now. And sometimes, like if you prep before you do your hair, it'll take a lot less time. And I could have prepped a lot better than what I have. Sorry about not being able to see this. However, this is important and I really need it to lay right. So I gotta make sure that I can see it. So I'm sorry if you can't see it right here. And I think this is where I'm gonna cut off at. You really can't see it, but basically I've gotten high in my part to where me scooting down, I really can't see my head. But I'll go ahead and bend back down so you can see it. Because if I didn't want to go through the house, well then I shouldn't have put it on YouTube, right? Alright. And this is just where the, see, I really don't have that much space, but I'm trying to still hook it a little bit. Well, really not hooking, it's just blending in with the hook that I had earlier. Now, how small it is now, you need the slant. You really need the slant now. Now, I got a feel for exactly where the slant's going to fall, so I went ahead and cut that slant myself. And I know how much room I have left. Just like this much room. So now I'm just going to lay that down right there, right on top of it. It's getting a little tricky, I don't know exactly how much I'm going to need, so I have to lay it down. Remember about that much. Cover with my slant. Here comes my glue. There we go, we pushed it all the way down. Okay. And that little shiny brown is my scalp. You'll be able to see it a lot better when I do the other side. Then you'll see the part to his finish. Got a little bit of net hanging right there. And so this is the last track of this part. Yay, we're done. Don't forget to make that slant. No, this is the track. I don't think you can see it. And that's the slant right here. I'm going to cut just that little tip. And then I have my, see it? Slant. Sorry about the glue on my finger. See a little slant over in here? Right there. Maybe that's not the last one. Maybe I need one more. I don't want one more. If I need one more, I'll go back and do it afterwards. But for now, I think that's going to be the last one. Plus, I used all that hair from the long track I used and I was cutting I used all of that. So that's one side done. And look at that body. That's why I like this hair. It's nice body. Now this is very thick in the front of my hair. Very, very thick. But I like it. Because it doesn't look like it's a bunch of hair. Although I'm using 2 packs. Now, I'm going to go back through and do this middle. From here all the way to here. So I'm just going to fill that in. Well, I gotta go. I need to find my clips because I need to clip this down right here out of my way. Okay, so I'll be back with that.